Hello everyone. Welcome to the first session of beginner level Scratch. So as you all know, these days everyone is interested about in exploring about what is coding and programming. I was also interested in this because this is seriously amazing. Using Scratch, creating games and stories, that's exactly what developed my interest in that. So I wanted to build some skills about that. Anyways, if you have not done coding before, it's nothing to worry about because we have Scratch. Scratch is a perfect place to start. Let's start the session. So the vital questions that comes into our minds, what is Scratch? So Scratch is actually a blog-based programming platform in which you can create games and real life stories. Then comes that what are the benefits, that why shouldn't we use any other platform for coding, why just Scratch? So let's say number one, it is easy as compared to the text based coding and the other platforms that are there for the codings. And then the second, that you can create several projects at the same time. You don't have to delete one project to make another, you can create a whole library. Number three comes that Scratch offers us a variety of characters, sprites, and backdrops. Over here, we have used some terms that you will find a little bit difficult, and you are any unfamiliar to those terms, so there's nothing to worry about. We can just, you know, learn them in the further sessions, and we'll see. Then comes that what will we be learning, and then comes the R learning. So in today's video we're just going to see that how to open Scratch and what are the main parts of Scratch, and the rest of them are in the next video. So let's go to our Scratch. First of all, how to open Scratch. So, and what are the main parts of Scratch? Each platform is divided into some several parts. So you need to know the names and the function of those parts. For that, you'll need to know the parts, right? So first of all, how to open those open Scratch? We will go to you will just simply go to your default browser, that like suppose if you have Google Chrome, if you have Microsoft Edge, whatever you have, it doesn't matter. You can create your you can do the work no matter which browser have you selected, whatever is going on. So we will just go on the browser and search Scratch. We don't need any URL or anything like that for that purpose, so we'll just going to mm, yeah. So where are we have this link, some link. It's just opening, and then we can sign in if we want. And then comes the create button. So when we are creating a game or any project, we need to create, right? So we need to press the create button over here. We'll just click it, and it's opening. Just a second. Okay, so let's do. Okay, so this is the Scratch interface, and now we are going to learn about the basic major parts of the Scratch interface. So this is the Scratch interface, and over here, let's start with the left. So in the left, first of all, we have these three options on the top left corner. So over here, we have the settings, that language, if you want any other language, in color mode, original and high contrast, that's totally your choice, no matter. Original I'll just do because that's easy. Then comes the file. Just like all the other platforms, we have a file in your over Scratch. Over here, new, you could create a new canvas, load from your computer, save to your computer, everyone knows what are those. And then edit, and then tutorials, these are the tutorials that are offered by the Scratch. And then debug. So what is a bug? A bug is a problem an error that comes in your project, an error that stops your project to work accurately. So that is called the bug, and removing that error, like correcting your project and making it work accurately, is debugging. So scratch can help you while when you debug a project. Like we have not created one right now, but when we create and we are facing a bug, so we can debug it easily. Then comes the code, costumes, and sound. Everyone knows what is costumes, that we can create costumes of the same sprite. The things will remain same. Like just suppose if I want to create a costume of this cat, like we can also paint one, but I'm just gonna edit this one because painting is a little difficult. Just a second. We can do like this. We can see, we can change the color of the cat's body. Like the main thing is costume. In costume is color. Other is the, like the shape, the, like if it's a character, if it's a person, if character, so it is smiling, it is laughing, it is running, it is standing, it is sitting, that can be considered as a costume. And then different there are like that we can do. So we can change the colors of each part, and we can do a lot of that. Like the original cat was this. See, there's also a difference in this. Her arm, the cat's arm is different, and then this, the cat's arm is different, and we have several options like that. uh, then comes the sounds, that if you want to play a background music to your, give a background sound to your game, to your project, so you can insert any sound from there, right? um Upload sound, record sound, and there's a whole sound library for scratch. Like there are a lot of sounds that we can just simply insert from the scratch. Then comes the code blocks. We will learn about the function of these code blocks in the next. The terms over here in the code palette are very simple. We call this area as the code palette, and here we have several code blocks: motion, look, sound, event, control, sensing, operators, variables, my blocks. These last motion, looks, and sound are very clear. Rest we will learn in the further sessions. And there we have blocks that we can drag and drop, and this will, the code is going to work. Then comes the maximize minimize option, that you can maximize your code block like I am doing. Then this is equal, that the default size that is set by the scratch, you can do that. uh, I think zoom in is better because I always do that. Then comes this area over here, and the on the bottom right corner we have, on the bottom right corner we have the option to insert any sprite. What is a sprite? So a sprite is the character, like in the noun. We There are characters in a game, right, or in a project. So in the scratch, they are known as sprites, not characters. Okay, then comes the backdrops, like background. Suppose I use this background, so it will be like this. And if I want this apple over here, and this is a character or a sprite, so we can also delete it. We can change the position with the mouse pointer by changing the x and y positions over here. Like if I suppose do x0 y0, so it will be in the center. X and y coordinates everyone knows. Then comes the sprite name. Because numbers in sprite 1, sprite 2 can be a little confusing sometimes, so we can just use the exact name. Then comes the hide show option, that if you want to hide and show. Then size, we could adjust the size. We could do 30 like this, or we could do 200. So more than 100, like we can also do it. Then if I do 700, it's a little too big. Yeah, It's 540. 700 is not possible, so it's the default 540. Then comes the direction. We can rotate it, we can make it look towards the left, right. We can do several things over there. And over here we have the join scratch sign in, and that is our scratch interface. So if you have any questions, if you have any queries, any doubt, you can ask in the comment section. I'll reply you. And if you are unfamiliar to any of the terms I have used in this video, I'll just explain those in the next further videos. And you can also ask about those in the comment section. Then the second most, you could say, important thing, that how does the code work, like um how is the thing, like I just explained in the before, so that we have to drag and drop the blocks. Drag and drop means that this is dragging and this is dropping. So when we keep it somewhere, when we keep the block, we are dropping it. And when we like move it, when we have it in our cursor, so we are dragging it, we can drag it to anywhere. All right, so there's a different task for every block we have in scratch, and there's a different task. And the control means that in the control section over here we have loops, forever, if then, wait until, and many more options. And then sensing means that sense, like we do with our senses, hands, we have tongue, or this kind of. So the computer can also, sorry, the sprite can also sense. Then the operators, that operators are like the operations are the plus minus, um, divide and multiply, the four operations we used in mathematics and in our studies also. Then a variable, then the my blocks function, you could say. So these are the options that we have in our scratch. And we will be surely learning more detail, more things about scratch in our further sessions. And see you in the next video. Till then, stay motivated. And nothing is difficult if we do it one by one with supervision. If someone is guiding us to the right path, we can simply achieve any goal. Just like that, we can also learn coding perfectly, and one by one. And that, so don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the videos, if you want to get updated, so you have to subscribe and also like the video. If you did like it in the real life, you can ask any question or doubts in the comment section. I'll try to reply you as soon as possible.